welcome to a yoga practice. Just do what feels best in your body, and if you have a strap, 2 blocks, a bolster, or a pillow will be just fine. That would be great. And if you don't have these things, that's all right as well. If any pose is not accessible, just always skip it. That the breath is always the most important part. So we just come on to the backs, but always knowing that you can get into any position that is comfortable for you. Arrive on your mat, rolling down to the earth. You arrive, just carving out this time. Notice what feels best on your back. Maybe placing your legs on the bolster or pillow. Let the lower back sink in. Notice if the shoulders are up by the ears. As you dedicate this practice to what is best for your energy level today, if you are tired, please be kind to yourself. Unwind and notice where you are holding tension. I'm tense, I'm waiting for my dog to bark. So we just notice these things and soften around the eyes and the jaw. Feeling the breath, pausing at the top, inhale. Audible exhale. Maybe putting the hands on the belly, inhale. Expand the belly. Hold. And release. We are just filling up with breath. Gonna do some stretching. As you inhale, lengthen. Arms pull long. Feet are pulling opposite way. You are long and lean. Inhale. And soften, goal posting the arms. Allow the shoulders to melt. Notice if the lower back peels off the ground and soften. Bringing the elbows to meet each other, hands to meet each other. Inhale, open, expanding, shoulders to the earth. Beautiful job. Notice if that lower back peels up off the earth. And then just taking the hands, clasping them, and inhaling up to the sky. Taking any organic movement, maybe inhaling long up to the sky, giving yourself a squeeze, rolling the shoulders, other way. Breath in. Breath out. We are just warming up the body as we bring the knees into the chest, rolling on the spine. Good job. Holding the core in. We're going to go into a tabletop if that feels good. Just getting the back nice and loose. And we just come onto the hands. And if it's comfy on the knees, feel your toes on the mat as you curl them. Feeling that stretch in the ball of the feet. Hands are wide, getting them grounded. And just exhaling, rounding the spine like a cat. Nice and easy. Notice if you hold your breath and then pulling that head and bringing those shoulders back like you're opening the heart to the sky. Again. And take an inhale. And on the exhale, maybe taking some organic movement to the side. Inhaling long back. Getting some openness in the hips. And notice if you do hold your breath. We just come to the mat to notice what we do off of the mat. And then taking taking some breaths the other way. Belly breaths. Bring in the calm and that energy and flexibility. Inhale back to child's pose. If it feels comfortable, you can bring the knees out. No need to. If it doesn't, you can drop the forehead down. Maybe coming on to the fingertips. You feel that stretch between the shoulder blades as you lengthen. Good job coming on to the forearms. I invite you to come into a, oh dear, he's gonna bark every time. Don't do it. Sammy, come here. Good boy. So you can come onto your forearms and into a plank here. If it ever is too much, drop the knees, pushing in with the hands. Notice if you are gripping the hands. Beautiful job. We're just doing a little core work. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring one hand up, other hand up. Plank. Pushing into the hands. Triceps are tight and just feeling this in the quads. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job. And then just bring the hips up to the sky. That will make your downward dog seem enjoyable maybe. So you feel that fire. And you can always be on your knees. So just always being mindful of the lower back. Walk it out, keeping the knees nice and soft. It's not so cold here today, so we're warming up a little faster. Just allow all the tension to melt off of the shoulders as you walk your feet up to your torso. And you say, hey torso, just take a ragdoll here. Some people cannot walk up to the torso, so you can always walk back. You could be here, halfway lift, and always using your blocks if you need them. Let it all go. See where it feels best, that sweet spot, if you have your feet hip distance apart or maybe even further. Staying really nice and soft in the lower back. Inhale. We're gonna do it's a Surya Namaskar, or sun salutation since the sun is out. Inhale up to the sky. Using your breath, breathing in your intention. My intention for this week was grace. Whatever comes to your mind first, or just breathing in this present moment, just giving yourself, 5-10 more minutes. Inhale, rise. Forward fold. Dive beneath the waves or even down the back sides of the legs. Going nice and slow so you can feel where you have tension. Halfway lift, so you're pulling those shoulders long, feeling that space between the shoulder blades. Beautiful job. Let it all go. Just rounding, beautiful. And then bringing the hands down. We've been here once before today. Bringing one leg back, other leg back. So you can be in your plank. Always can drop the knees. Or if you want to build some fire, using 5, bringing that belly into the spine. Using all that strength in your body. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job. You can drop the knees, lowering all the way down, keeping the elbows in tight. Good job. Belly to spine. I'm running out of space back here. So then the hands are very light here. Quads engaged. So the legs are zipped together. squeeze the elbows in as you, beautiful job, open heart, baby cobra, and back into your child's pose. Let it all go. Let's feel what is moving through you. How it feels to be in your body right here, right now. Beautiful job. Belly breath. Maybe we just let everything fall. We get more space in the backside of the heart. Belly breaths, and we're going to just open some space in the shoulders. I invite you to come into a tabletop, and everything's an invitation. So whatever feels good as you unwind, notice what you've shifted through. Inhale, one arm up to the sky, and then just sending that arm through, sometimes bringing your ear down. Breath in, breath out. Prana, breath throughout the whole body. Visualize all that breath nourishing all the spaces in the body. We are softening that tense layer around us, and then bringing that hand to unwind. Other side. Inhale. And then soften as you just send that arm through, maybe turning on your side here, whatever feels good, noticing how each side is different. Inhale, you feel that length from the tips of the fingers down to the lower back, all the way to the tips of the toes. Breath in, breath out. Beautiful job. A few more here. We're going to open the hips, coming into a lizard's pose, and then we'll bring it down from there. Maybe a little bit longer than the last one. Just take a breath here. Always in such a rush. I sometimes rush because people get distracted and they're like, I don't have time for this. So just give yourself that time. You spend so much time doing for others, and the list will just be endless. So inhale, right leg up to the sky, and then stepping it on the outside of the hands. This is your lizard's pose, and you could bring your blocks here. And if you like, you can bring that knee down. Maybe just going slow. And it's like you're kind of, just see how you are today. It's different all the time. But notice if you start to grasp, if your feet start to grasp, you could come back up. Not dumping into the hips. Maybe this feels good. Breathe. So on the expansion, the exhale, and on the lengthening is the inhale. Good job. Good job. So you never want to be dumping into the hips or bouncing in the joints. There are tons of hip replacements being done. So it's like we want to feel those areas opening. And then when they open, just like envision the joint opening and creating space. We don't stretch it and tear up something that's not meant to be open yet. So just being patient with yourself, coming back into your downward facing dog. You can use your blocks. It is a relatively short practice, so you might not even be warm yet. So breathe, doesn't matter. Your body is regulating. So you just start to drop into that trust of the body. And even finding a little softness. Doesn't have to be full on stretching. Maybe a little grace. Breathe through any thoughts that come up. The brain, the mind is always harsh. Good job. Sometimes even turning the toes out to that side. Feeling that nice body stretch. Beautiful job. And then just bringing that leg back. We come into hero's pose. That's where your toes are turned under, if it's comfy on your feet. Just coming here, taking a breath. Maybe hands to heart. Breath in. Breath out. Notice if your shoulders are tense, and then we just roll all this out like the spine is a wave. Beautiful job. Notice if your hands start to clench. Just following the curvature of the spine. Good job. We'll just inhale, sweeping the arms up to the sky, ending here. You can come into a Savasana or whatever feels good, but just taking a moment to breathe one long inhale in, and then audible exhale. The work is done. That intention is flowing through your cells, and we just seal it in, starting to trust our intuition and taking the time to slow down. Thank you so much for being here. I know there's so many places you could be watching yoga and so many other things you could be doing. So I really appreciate it. Give yourself a hug, releasing any last tension, and I will get something else out there because I'm teaching a lot more, so creating more content, and it's really impressive. Like, I have this group that's been doing it a long time, and they're in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. Like, they rock. They are amazing. So don't doubt what the body can do, and always breathe. Take the time to breathe. Thank you.